while you're looking for that question, I just wanted to provide just some extra supporting evidence to what you said about where healing must first take place. See, we have to always remember that all thoughts become words,
Facts.
words become actions, actions become habits, habits become character, and character is what produces destiny and future. But the root of future, the root of our destiny, the root of legacy starts with thought, then word, then action, then habit, then character. So the wisest man that is considered in the scripture is Solomon. He's considered to be the wisest man of the scripture. And Solomon, in one of his writings in Proverbs 23:7, he said, "As a man not driveth, not weareth, not haveth in his pocket, but as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he." This is letting us know that more important than the money in our pocket, the clothes on our back, the car we drive, the house we live in, or where we work, is the health of that mind,
Facts.
because that is ultimately who and what we are.
Come be a part of history and experience the sharing of wisdom from some of the most brilliant thought leaders in our community. Come see Muda Baruka, Styles P, Nuri Muhammad, Lawrence Haja, Dr. Dorothy Holly, Dejaz Mach Kwasi, Deborah Hines, and Midwife Asasia impart their wisdom at Groundings with My Brothers and Sisters, a holistic health conference. A plant-based breakfast and lunch are included. Looking forward to seeing you there.
What he's trying to say is that, in truth, your life is your mind turned inside out. At the end of the day, whatever you think is going to become your reality. So that becomes uh, the necessary focal point if healing is ever going to begin. Once the mind is fixed, money will fix itself. Once the mind is fixed, marriage will fix itself. Once the mind is fixed, health will fix itself. It all starts with having the right kind of mind. So I just wanted to put that to provide some extra supporting evidence for that point that you made. We have to make an investment in the health of our mind if we want to have a healthy anything else.
And I wanted to add to that, man. That was such a brilliant thing you just said because the things change because your clarity changes and you see things clearer, both for yourself and others, right? And also, when your mind is clear, what I've noticed personally, you can attest to this also, the discipline is better because there's less confusion and there's less distraction.
Yeah, that's right. That's
And
right.
when
But
you, and,
that's all in the mind, like you're saying.
and when you have that discipline and consistency, that's when the outcome changes. That's like the key component. Like that discipline and consistency really changes your outcome. But to get to that point, mind has to be clear, man.
And you know, brother Lynn, I was asked to do a keynote address at a martial arts conference, and I said, man, I told him, I said, I don't even practice the same style of martial arts that you all practice,
Yeah.
because it was jujitsu. And they said, oh, really? What style do you practice? I said, well, right now I'm a third degree black belt in nigger food. I mean, you just do whatever you got to do to win. And they laughed, of course. But what hit me hardest is that as I was studying martial arts, karate, jujitsu, I read one of the original books and listen to what they said. 95% of martial arts is mental.
Facts.
Then I remember when I was training for a marathon, I bought a book on marathoning.
Yeah.
And I opened the book, and the person in the book said 95% of marathoning is mental.
Facts.
So I said, you know what? I'm getting ready to look at these physical activities and see if I can find something common. And every training book for volleyball, for soccer, basketball, baseball, football, there was somebody in there saying in the original books that 95% of baseball is mental, 95% of volleyball is mental. And I guarantee that if you dig into everything, you'll find that almost 95% of everything
It
is
is,
mental.
man.
So it is the most important uh, uh, object that we have. What did the prophet Hosea say, quoting God in Hosea 4 and 6? He said, "My people are destroyed from a lack of knowledge."
Facts.
Knowledge, not a lack of money, not a lack of stuff, not a lack of Gucci, not a lack of Prada, a lack of knowledge. So if in nature for every action there's an equal and an opposite reaction, if my people are destroyed from a lack of knowledge, my people will be rebuilt by the acquisition of knowledge. And knowledge is going to enhance that mind. It's going to make the mind stronger. And since 95% of pretty much everything is mental, you're going to be more effective and more powerful in everything you do. This thing called brain is the only organ that you take with you and use in every single activity of life.
Facts.
There's some things you can do that you don't involve your legs in. There's some things you can do that you don't involve your hands in. There's some things you can do that you don't involve your back in. But there's nothing you can do that you don't involve your brain in. That should tell us off the top that it's the most important thing. And guess what? If you hear a big bang in the room, it's a reflex to do like this. You don't try to block your legs.
Facts.
You don't try to block your shoulder. You don't block your chest. It's a reflex to do that. Why? Because your head, you know it's the most important thing
Facts.
by nature. So that's just some extra evidence to help support that statement that you made.